If you use a computer, you need to know about this next story. A new massive cyber attack this week revealing a big hole in U.S. security. And these criminals aren't just after your money. Is the U.S. ready for a full-scale cyber war? We're going to hear from a cybersecurity expert. News you must use next.
Listen up to this one. 74,000 computers infected in a vicious and widespread cyber attack discovered just this week. The weapon in this latest attack was a botnet, a network of poison PCs that are remotely controlled by hackers. Now, those hackers can actually steal your personal information or even get right into your bank accounts. But experts say many of these hackers, well, they aren't even interested in it or in it for the money. Just pure destruction is what they're after. The question is America ready for this new cyber war? Joining me now is Hemu Nigam, former Department of Justice federal prosecutor for online crimes, who is now the chief security officer for online properties at News Corp, our parent company. And sir, thank you for joining us. I will definitely repronounce your last name since I got that wrong, but we'll move on. Nigam is the last name. That's the correct way of saying it. But let's talk about what we can do. Yeah, let's talk about what we can do to correct this cyber war that we're faced with. And so far, America has not received a passing grade in being prepared for such an attack.
Well, I think let's step back for a second. I think what we all have to understand is that the cyber world actually creates a unique set of challenges versus a physical. In a physical attack, there's a pinpointed location often, and you know how to respond to that. In the cyber side, it's a little bit different because there can be 1,000 points of darkness. However, there are definitely things that can be done, and things not just by the government, but also corporations and people watching at home. And just so I can put things in perspective, let me back up a little more again and talk about who these hackers are. There's black hat hackers in the world, there's gray hat, and there's white hat. They come in 3 colors, frankly. The black hat hackers are the criminals who are doing these things, whether it's for destruction or financial gain or organized crime. Gray hat hackers used to do things like that, and they found redemption and are trying to do good in society. And then there's white hat hackers. Those are the folks that are working in major corporations or small companies who are true security experts who can step up and really help the government do something about it in this area. And there's definitely things we can do, which we can talk about.
Well, Hemu, let me talk about what goes on in our private homes first. People are sitting at home, they're on their computers right now, they might be on a social network. What should they be looking out for in terms of safeguarding their particular home network?
Well, this is the interesting thing for you at home, because if you are at home, this is an opportunity actually to help defend not just your own computer at home, but to defend your country. Whether you're 12 years old or you're 40 years old, you can actually do things. And there's simple things you can do. Number one, for example, turn on your firewall on your computer at home. Make sure that you're running antivirus software, anti-malware software, anti-phishing software, or scan your system. When that little button comes up and says there's a security update waiting for your computer, and there's a remind me later button next to it, what do most of us often do, or many of us do? We hit the remind me later button. We cannot ever hit that remind me later button. And think about it in the physical world. You see your car door is unlocked, somebody tells you, what do? You run outside, you turn that, or you lock your car door, and you come right back in. You have to think the same way about security as you in the physical world, so never ever hit that remind me later button.
Hemu Nigam, I wish we had more time to really talk about this, because this also concerns private industry as well as government. We know the government is doing a better job, but what you just said to us was really important, and that is don't hit that remind me later button. Good to have you, sir. Thanks for joining us.
Well, thanks so much for being with us, and thanks to you for being with us. A quick reminder, today's the final day of the CPAC conference. It is underway right now. Newt Gingrich is about to take the stage, and that is streaming live at foxnews.com, and you'll want to keep it right here on Fox, because not only Newt Gingrich's speech streaming, but Glenn Beck, you're going to be able to see here on the network. And that's going to do it for us in this edition of America's News Headquarters. I'm Jamie Colby.
And I'm Kelly Wright. We bid you a good day.